of the two, where it feels like this is what Chinese Counter-Strike was meant to become if you looked at the Tyloo trajectory, right? A little bit more refinement, but still a lot of insanity coming through. But as we head into Anubis, the question is, whose insanity will prevail? Will it be somebody? Will it be Yami? Will it be, you know, potentially some of that Li Hang Child King combination that we've been praising a fair bit as well as we go into the map? It's going to be exciting because really there is no favorite here.
Hate to burst your bubble, but somebody is 29, but he's still just as aggressive as...
He wasn't aggressive from 0 to 4, okay, Michael?
Yeah, I don't know that he was playing Counter-Strike when he was 4. But I love the comparison because it's funny. We have almost like an interregional dispute between Asia and South America. You know, when you go to these top-level tournaments, you know, whether it's the Mongols or whether it's Tyloo, you know, there are teams that are able to take down some of these top-level South American teams. And in a weird way, South America morphed itself into what Asia Counter-Strike wanted to be. You know, like these hyper-aggressive players, and then you almost had like a pack of reserve and closers, almost akin to, like the... You know, there are teams that are able to take down some of these top-level South American teams. And in a weird way, South America morphed itself into what Asia Counter-Strike wanted to be. You know, like these hyper-aggressive players, and then you almost had like a pack of reserve and closers, almost akin to, like the Art Furia when they first came into the I guess, the top levels of Counter-Strike. And, yeah, in a weird way, Rare Atom have also got that same kind of dynamic, because yeah, he does like getting into your face,
yeah,
regardless of what weapon he has.
Dude, I remember that I was you know, we've got a bit of a break, so I can maybe reminisce a little bit about this one, Michael. I remember that when I was over in Riyadh and I was casting the ISF Asian Championship.
Sure.
Dude, Yami does some crazy stuff, okay? Like, Yami got fed up of a game at one point when they were losing against, I think it might have been Uzbekistan, which was Traffic Tashkent. Yami basically just decides on T side that, on Ancient, I'm gonna be the secondary opper, and I'm gonna, like, bunny hop over into the cave peak and quick scope in, get one kill, go all the way in, also then kill the anchor of the B-bomb site. And all of this is just clearly like, he said, I'm gonna try getting a pick, and he's got no flash, he's got no teammates, nothing at all. It's just crazy mechanical brilliance. That's all that's coming out from him.
But that's just I'm better mentality, you know. I'm just gonna outduel these guys doing something a little bit more outrageous. So I don't think that's representative of really anything aside from Yami being kind of cracked.
Well, listen, that's obviously a mentality that probably somebody still shares as well. It's a mentality that we will see clashing in the server, but you are not going to see us on screen for just a couple of minutes. We've got to go pull some wires out, figure out what's going on with the LAN cables. We'll be back in just a few, and don't worry, it won't take too long.
sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Backpack, Kippen und Drinks gegen Tristesse. Großstadtbild, komm ich nicht weg. Kopf fragt, mach kein Pisstest, nein. Ich will nicht auf deine Party gehen. Engel und Teufel tanzen schwammig. Von deinen Lippen tropft der Chardonnay. Ich küss ihn weg, bevor du schlafen gehst. Sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Faded auf den Wohnzimmerdeal. Baby, sag, wieso sind wir hier? Kann sein, dass wir den Boden verlieren. Wir heben ab morgens um 4. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg. Ich sitz auf meiner Fensterbank, die Nacht zieht vorbei. Ich blick über den Tellerrand, trinke Sekt auf Eis. Ein Teufel und ein Engel tanzen auf dem Parkett. Vielleicht sind wir unsterblich, müssen nie wieder weg.
That was hard work, Michael. We set up those cables good. Now let's set up this match as ATOX is looking to take on Rare Adam on their map pick. ATOX, of course, with Yami coming in. Rare Adam already having debuted and looking good with this lineup. Let's get it underway.
They're not even on land, so I don't know what cables you were pulling out. I feel like your
undersea cables, Michael.
Your efforts may have been in vain. Well, Lihan getting a little glimpse of a player over towards those T steps, but no actual clear discernment as to where ATOX are actually headed on this pistol round. 3 players grouping up inside of middle, but Rare Adam are not sticking to that opening setup, starting to re-navigate and actually setting up for 3 players to collect themselves in middle. It seemed like Lihan was going to gravitate over, but he's pulled his attention away. Kaze, a nice opener, but Summer is here as well to stop any advancement from ATOX. This split is not really what it's chalked up to be.
Kaze might be cut off over here, though. He needs to find the first duel. Child King gets one. Summer and Lihang as well. It's Rare Adam all the way. A flawless round. Going through, all 5 players kept alive. 2 players with their armor untouched as well, so that's going to be comfy upgrades.
Yeah, ATOX, I think, were really hoping that they could find an opening timing out through mid, but as soon as they lose that first man, they get staggered in middle so much that A main suddenly has to try and take pressure away and just nobody coming out ahead on their duels. So, like you said, Rare Adam keeping everybody alive, some free armor for, well, I say free, some heavily discounted head armor coming into the second round as well. But ATOX snapping straight into a force buy, getting very little out of that pistol round, but comfortable enough with the investment.
He's going deep, but Child King spam is good. He's expecting them to be coming through. Got the dualies from the previous round as well, and he continues on undeterred. 3 kills for him in the round, and it feels like ATOX's force buy falls apart as fast as it came together.
Yeah, I mean, Child King's positioning there was absolutely perfect. You saw utility sailing over the top of that smoke that he'd put down himself in middle. And his spam is just right on the money. 2 players trying to slowly creep up on that right side of the smoke. And Child King meets them with a hail of bullets.
I can't believe that ATOX continues to invest into the Deagles over here. They really want to get damage in where they've only gotten 1 kill so far on Rare Adam, so they should know that the money is very good over here. The CT side economy isn't going to be disrupted for the next round. For long term, maybe, but this does feel a bit extravagant.
This is a confidence buy.
Who's confident? Who dares be confident? Annihilation's got 1 kill over here.
This is a building confidence kind of buy.
Right.
Yeah, get a couple 1Ds, get into the rhythm of things. Well, Cabal has gotten 1, but I said a couple of 1Ds, and so far, not so grand.
That's a very lonely couple.
Yeah.
3 on the board for Rare Adam. It could not look better.
Sign me up for the single stable.
This is where we're hoping to see something a little bit extra from ATOX. Obviously, we don't know how long these guys have been able to practice together with Yami and everything as well. There should be some prior chemistry, theoretically, but like I said, there's a little bit of role overlap that definitely needs to be ironed out initially. So ATOX are going to need to start getting those round wins on the board very quickly here. All the deep to try and force out Child King. It's a double multi-play, but with 3 players running down, the nades will continue to disrupt, and Child King flashed off and phased away. He's going to be tagged up as well in the meanwhile, trying to retreat back into the smoke. He's getting low, and Yami puts him down. That's the first advantage we've seen ATOX having. But it really comes down to what Summer can get done over here. He's being split upon on this A side, gets the first annihilation behind with the bomb. He's still going to have a 1v1 to take, and he's pulled out the Molotov. Summer punishes his hands, and Kaze has to be careful that his hands don't get cut off by Dobu. That happens a bit too quick, but still a 3-on-2. Rare Adam advantage maintained once it was gained, and it's Summer to hold on to the bomb itself. Dobu forced over to try and move past the Molotov. Summer gets it all done. A beautiful round coming out from the captain.
Yeah, I mean, that is perfect stuff there from Summer. I mean, finding isolated duels, cutting off that bomb, and, you know, finding a great timing there on Annihilation. And I almost feel bad for ATOX, because their mid-take and the way that they approached that was actually very well layered. A Molotov at the doors, into the mid-house, and then one as well that blooms just at that temple entrance. So they had Child King completely boxed in, and that's why he tried to escape through the smoke. only for, you know, even though ATOX found that opening advantage, Summer to just go absolutely nuclear. I feel like the approach was poor there from ATOX, aside from letting Summer get away with murder.
Annihilation just wasn't ready for Summer to be there and go for a second peek and a second fight at a situation like it. But now, can the Tech 9s give them any luck? They've got the flashes to move into the site. Lihang's already broken blood with one, but Mix found one turned around and Child King to fall. Summer doesn't mind about the flames, but he does mind about the bullets in his head. Dobu to be the one to put them there. Somebody rotates back in with the M4. Can't get the spray transfer. Trying to push through the smoke. It's something that they must be expecting, knowing who they're playing up against. But now a straight 2-on-2 ATOX. It's a great opportunity for them. Lihang's the only one with a kit. They both got incendiaries, but Lihang is now down. Peeking before Kaze's smoke had dissipated, and now Kaze's no scope is what gives him a chance to come back into the round. Annihilation right below him though, and with an AK recovered, Kaze has to be careful. Annihilation will have the advantage, and this time it's him catching out a player with a nade in his hand.
Nice, cool positioning there from Annihilation. He committed himself to the bomb site. Wasn't sure if he was going to get flanked as well from A main, but once Kaze hits that no-scope, Annihilation just knows he has to cut sound. Kaze had no clue that Annihilation was so close to him and just directly underneath his approach back into that bomb site. But I really thought for a moment there was going to be a lack of firepower from the ATOX defense when they'd actually taken that site. Dobu is a nice triple that set them up perfectly. So finally ATOX breaking through, but these rounds are not particularly clean. You know, Rare Adam seems to be getting a lot of outs in the mid-round, just as ATOX are setting up very frequently. It's only that quick pace from ATOX that finally broke blood.
And now they swayed away from the speed.
Yeah. Go back to a more default approach, and hoping that Rare Adam are going to respect that entirely as well. But they've got 3 dedicated towards the speed bomb site. First flash is good, and the miss from Kaze is egregious. First couple of kills come out for Yami, but Kaze now making up for some lost time. A nice double, and Child King just jumping straight through the smoke. Maybe a little rambunctious, a little ambitious. Putting Summer into a 1-on-3 where he's no kit and no offensive utility to finish off the low HP on Yami. This is likely a save call for Summer.
That miss is really what ends up costing them a little bit too much of their Kaze. Of course, he gets 2 kills, so it feels like I shouldn't be bagging on him. But at the same time, ATOX didn't have enough flashes to actually keep him blind, so he was the only person who could actually provide cover fire for Lihang to swing in. When he misses, Lihang swings out. There's too many players for him to be dueling up against, and although he gets good damage in, that damage is irrelevant when there's only an AWPer to support you. So Kaze gets his 2. But unfortunately, the round still goes to ATOX's way, and now they can start to rack it up. They've got a situation where Rare Adam might be force buying into the next one, sure, but it's going to be slightly easier days at the very least.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're thinking about executes, it's all about flow, really. If Kaze gets that first kill, it disrupts the flow of how ATOX are going to scale into the bomb site. It draws attention to Kaze in a way that is sort of higher priority because he just got a kill, and so instincts are going to dictate you want to get that trade on that player, and it draws attention away from the riflers. But because Kaze missed, you know, priorities are then set, and it doesn't sort of disrupt any of the clearing from ATOX at all. What really allows Yami to scale in and get that double.
Take a peek with a flashbang, but Mix watching out for it. M4 recovered, and re-peek is there. Child King without armor needs to be careful. Lihang takes off ahead. Yami's not feeling good about this one. Hey, weren't you happy? Wasn't I beating you before? What's going on?
Just gets wide swung by a CZ. It's not ideal, but Lihang he had to venture a little further into that smoke than he anticipated, but he does get away with that AK.
Splitting into A is risky over here. They know the M4 has been recovered and it's there. So if Mick gets cornered in and gets taken down, this is a very quick 4v3 that ends up being a difficult retake, sure, but also very difficult to get into post-plant positions.
Oh, that's a big kill. Mick, just as he's descending out from rugs, able to get that first, and Kaze does overwhelm, but they've lost the bomb site. It's enough space for Dobu to secure this plant in for ATOX, and they can push forward with this. They know that A main is compromised, and it will be the one safe marker that they have for this retake here on the side of Rare Adam. Kaze does get tagged by that AWP and eventually finished off. Somebody with this mag 7. It's not ideal for that distance, but he certainly tried, and Dobu will dismiss him just as easily.
Listen, I appreciate the fact that they try for that, but when Kaze misses his shots and then he's down to 12 HP, it feels like you just have to save there. Kaze is not going to have an AWP over here. You're going to be limited in utility. You're not going to be prioritizing the SMG side there because you're Rare Adam, and you know what? All of you are fraggers. This is not a good place to be. Even if you want to line something up aggressive on Anubis, you really want multiple flashes to do it. You've got two, basically, now just one at 145. It's going to come down to a gamble call. If it doesn't work out, then, well, so be it.
Oh my goodness. They tried to line up for a double push mid. They were going to phase the smoke together, and Cabal just offers up a burst through that smoke, and it connects immediately. Child King gets caught. They have, like you said, gone for a bit of a gamble here. They played 0 players within this A-bomb site. They offered no utility, no presence. And ATOX have started to congregate. But Summer isn't just simply resting on his laurels. Supposed to push in through mid and clear that out, but it happens all while ATOX have taken over this A-bomb site. So this gamble call, it's incorrect. And Rare Adam probably safe from here. I think the only real fight was through a smoke this round.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Awesome. There's 2.
Yeah, but the round is done.
Yeah. Containing T-side money is a little bit irrelevant over here. As long as ATOX don't have they should be fine. Okay. Losing one more player does make this slightly annoying, but even then, you're A-okay.
Annihilation is at 12.5k. You're feeling okay about your money.
Yeah.
A successful string of rounds here from ATOX. Start off with Tex.
This is also why for Rare Adam, I just feel like the issue is you are now being stuck in this position where even when you save 3 players, you feel like you're not going to get the op, you're not going to get full utility and everything because you didn't save a couple of rounds before, right? That's the extra impact that comes into play. So now, sure, you're looking at this buy and saying, yeah, well, they have a chance of winning this. Yes, but also this could just be ATOX running away with it and getting 7 or 8 rounds over here after you started off very clean.
Yeah, they could have had an even higher chance. I'm sure if Cabal remembered his lineup, but does get there eventually.
And does he?
Yeah, it does. Molly's good. Oh,
nice shot from Child King. Molly's good, but Child King always better.
Yeah, he's just that much cleaner with it. Maybe if Cabal let go of that utility slightly earlier, maybe Child King wouldn't have been in rhythm. Give him too much time to mentally prepare.
Rare Adam have got enough time to be able to prepare in for this site hit. They've got 2 players, BM4 is ready and waiting. Summer flashed up and makes the one to punish. Meanwhile, through the smoke, Kaze is exchanged damage, but somebody's the one who has to clean up. Lihan comes in to assist, and he should be the first to fall. Kaze gets one, serving as distraction, and that's where the swing comes. Smoke in their hands. Annihilation gets it down, but it is chaos on the site, and Annihilation can't get a shot. Now recovers his aim and recovers his motives as they are moving right back over to the B bomb site. The rotation is fast, but Rare Adam is expecting it. Mick is trying to play distraction, but it's Child King to be in hot pursuit to try and cut off the rotate. Annihilation spotted out. It's going to be the bomb plant to come through. Annihilation Occupies in the dark, waiting for Child King to make a splash, make a play, and that's the only way he can make his way into this site. Now the call's given over. Annihilation scopes over. Child King can't get the deke shot in this time. Kaze all alone, and it's an off angle for Mick, and Kaze doesn't clear, and ATOX recover.
Yeah, that's a great call to evacuate the A-bomb site. I talk about flow of an execute before, and as soon as you start to see them stagnate as they're trying to scale into that A-bomb site, there's just so much reinforcements there for Rare Atom. Even though Annihilation is still able to get some kills round the smoke and sort of round the execute, they realize as well that they're likely going to be engaged with both players there, and so by evacuating and doubling back onto that B-bomb site, they hit a great timing. They got information on the way into their pursuit. So ATOX have hit a lovely string of rounds. It started off of Tech 9s, but have since been able to stop all attempts by Rare Atom on retakes and opening exchanges. These rounds have not been the cleanest, but they have come down to close calls in these late round situations that ATOX are coming out ahead on. And it's that closer we were looking at coming into this game in Annihilation that's very frequently been a part of that.
Yeah. Off angle for Child. Okay. That's a scary peek. It's an off angle. Annihilation trying to hard scope it. It's going to be a swing from Yami that actually gets the job done. And now Kaze has to protect. There won't be flashes coming in. Remember, not enough players out in the canals with utility, and Summer provides assistance. But the trades are great. And Annihilation has been able to make his way across, and shots being missed. Mean Kaze is missing from the server.
Yeah, a lot of missed lines there from Rare Atom. Child King on his off angle ended up empty-handed, and even though Kaze and Summer did a decent job getting those first couple players out from camera, it was great trading from ATOX. Didn't just sit back and twiddle their thumbs as soon as they lost members. Immediately looked to take that space back. ATOX are making some really solid decisions in how they're, I guess, grouping up their players for these attacks. Always feels like they have enough players in the right spot to continue the target that they had in their sights. They continue taking areas and then making their way into the sites rather successfully, but you are expecting that Rare Atom aren't going to be missing as many opportunities as they have been, whether that has been, Kaze, and, we're looking at him mainly because we've had the camera on him a fair amount, and we've seen some of these misses on the AWP that don't feel sort of hotly contested. He does have 10 kills, but he could have way more.
The camera goes where the action is, or sometimes isn't.
Yeah. It's not to say that he shouldn't miss a shot here or there, but there have been many rounds defined, perhaps, by some of these misses.
On the ATOX side, though, I have to say, it's been really nice to see that, despite the addition of firepower and everything, it still feels like it's just ATOX's system, right? Summer now flashed off, and Mick can't capitalize on it this time. The distance a little bit too great. Summer's allowed to recover, but doesn't really have much health to actually work with.
Yeah, spacing a little off on that flash. Lehigh.
Okay.
This time will not get the better end of Yami. A nice clear, even though Lehigh was trying to hold on that off angle at the steps. This puts a lot of pressure on this B bomb site. Even though there's a full exec happening on A, there's no one really close enough to contest that. They are prioritizing defending B instead. Yami still causing a ruckus, and somebody finally felled. But the bomb's starting to make its way over towards A. But it hasn't been cleared fully by these ATOX members. Cabal coming in from camera should be able to clear this site nice and efficiently. Even though they lose one extra member, ATOX have a post plan. And Rare Atom, I mean, they'll have enough money to buy, but it's Not exactly the greatest approach coming back into this site. Cabal being dropped does incentivize them further 2-on-2.
Surely they don't go for this one. You don't have a kit. You don't have a smoke.
But they're going.
Annihilation has sent them wherever they wanted to go. And he's got another one. All right.
Yeah, like I said, they do have a buy, but, you know, you'll miss out on a couple of kits. You miss out on a bit of utility.
It's pretty good, though. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good enough buy.
Yeah. Come on, Child King. You've got 350. Drop a flashbang for somebody. Yes, he did that. Love to see it. You'd also love to see Ray Adam being able to fight back. It's been a bit of a Mongolian-heavy scene so far.
Yeah, Ray Adam won the first 4 rounds.
Yeah.
And have not won one since.
Says a lot about the state of the RMRs over the last 6 years, actually. Eyes out for Kaze and Mick is out on the server right there. An important kill to find. Mick's been an annoying man on the extremity. Especially with how good he's been in chasing in after those flashes and finding that one player. Yummy, though, closing the distance up nearby, and somebody this time taking the point, but not really doing much better than Lihang. Nade's now out as well. Lihang is going to be losing teammates left and right, and he's the only one to respawn. Now it's Kaze's turn to shine. He needs to post up, but he's going back to heaven. That might be smoked off. It'll be difficult for him to find much impact here. He's more concerned about a mid play with Cabal still being alive and not having revealed his position, but everyone from ATOX is coming in from A main, and Kaze is going to find his position a little bit useless unless he gets the kill right there. Dobu is down, back to a 2-on-2. Lihang and Kaze try and get it done, but they have to pair together first. Kaze spotted out. They've confirmed he's still there, and Liang's position known as well. They know he's coming in from behind, and Annihilation just takes him down. A chance for Kaze to recover some lost grace, but with the AK in hand, he's got the first. Cabal unexpected, unseen throughout the round, and now can be the closer. 8-4. ATOX keep it going. You know what's better than 4 in a row, Michael? It's 8 in a row. And that's why we get all of the educational content out over here.
In fact, you might even say it's doubly as good.
Well, Ray Adam is starting things off in the pistol round with a hope, a dream, and 2 sets of utility. One of those better be working out. ATOX in the meanwhile, comfortable 2-1-2 setup, and they've got information out from Dobu, taking a quick jiggle from B main. They might start to stack over a little bit more heavily to the safe site.
Yeah, Rare Adam chose this map. But ATOX were always going to be comfortable on it as well. Nick close to these dualies and meeting them rather well. Annihilation tried to swing out, but Li Hang finding a flurry of frags. 3 straight away into this A bomb site and smoke down that allows Yami to slowly crawl his way in. It does dispel of Li Hang, who proved to be the biggest problem so far this pistol. 2 and Dobu finding great timing on Child King's reposition, but he didn't spot Kaze. He sits in at the fishtail, he waits for his time, and he knows that Dobu's not on it, and he can switch to that knife. He knows exactly where it is. He knows exactly where Dobu's back was offered up, and now Yami's trying to play around this smoke. Kaze's actually found his way out of it, and the spam, it's all on Kaze to just hit the shot, and Yami ran fickle on bullets towards the end. Rare Adam collecting on a second pistol this map, and it's Kaze to clutch it.
I am not entirely sure, but I think Dobu might have just barely seen a little bit.
I think he did. Yeah. I thought so as well. But he was, I guess, so fixated on his fight with Child King that it's like a deleted memory.
And it's obviously so much easier for us to see it with the x-rays and everything, right? So always have to keep that in mind. ATOX, though, will be just fully ecoing into this one. They can't be feeling too happy about it. It felt like there were 2 opportunities for them to win that round initially on the 2-man speak that they had. Mick only getting the 1 and not getting a single kill out from the pillar player either. And then immediately afterwards in that 2 versus 1, you're right. Maybe trying to accelerate a little bit too much.
Kaze doing what AWPers do. He's only kept the pistol, understanding this was likely to be a full save. Alright, ambitious jump through the smoke there from Yami, but it's not been exclusive to him. See Child King do the same.
A lot. Somebody has. Okay. There you go.
Easier to do with a MAC-10 than a Deagle.
More advised. That's for sure. This would be the saddest kill to get, actually, if you get this one. Zeus, like, guys, I've got a weapon. It's my own USB. God damn it. Oh yes, an Anton 2001 Valorant Classic.
It's not just juggling your own USB back and forth. Where is the gun? Alright, time to put up or shut up here on the side of Rare Adam. Sure, they won the first 4 rounds of this game. And they have struck in with another pistol round, as well as the conversion. But they need to show better form here on this T side that, statistically is the favored side. I think there's been more and more evidence to support that, CT sides can pull it together. Especially on a map that is well rehearsed between the two squads. Somebody creeping out towards A main. The flurry of util that comes with it. The flashes are great, but maybe too effective. Somebody also caught in the crossfire with that piece of utility, and he loses Summer as his support on this A side venture. Bomb is not making its way over. Somebody's just running distraction, but it has pulled all of the ATOX defense. B is open for the taking, little to Rare Adam's knowledge.
At the same time, though, the bomb's going to take quite a while to actually get there, and ATOX will be able to rotate in and watch out these sightlines. You don't have a smoke, so these long sightlines from CTs are the perfect positions. Cabal and Annihilation both watching up, but they can't find the kill on the planting player. They don't have utility of their own, so at least they weaken Child King, yes, but they will be reliant on those rotates to come in. Yami being watched out for by Kaze's AWP, but Kaze has to be careful. He needs a sightline out at a CT as well. A smoke to interrupt him will force him into it. Li Hang now takes point instead. Child King can't be the first one to take the shot. Kaze takes one down, and he keeps on firing through. Child King still staying alive, but Yami is too slow on the lurk. It's too little time for ATOX to make this work, and all Yami can do is try and go for damage.
Yeah, and he'll catch Kaze on his retreat, but that'll be his only parting gift. They may hound him down to find this trade, but it'll only cost them an extra player. Child King escaping with his rifle, and Yami upgrading to that AWP, but Rare Adam pulling it all together, even without the utility, even without the knowledge that that B bomb site was open in the timing that they hit. And I think a lot of that does just come down to Kaze making a very good choice inside of B main. Once that smoke is met inside of the entrance, he fights forward because he knows one teammate is low HP, and he just guns them down as they try to ascend up through Ivy from CT. Like you had noted, Yami just couldn't get into position on that flank because all the action was fought forward by Rare Adam.
I mean, Cabal and Annihilation have to be kicking themselves for not getting the kill on the Child King as well on the jump across.
Yeah, would have changed the round entirely.
Hmm. You have to be careful not to slip on a banana pea over here. That's the only thing for Rare Adam, and then they can start making their way back in a lot more comfortably. CT side was always where there were more likely to be some growing pains initially.
Worried. See Cabal with a Mag 7 pull it off, but whether or not he's going to have a chance to show it off will be an entirely different conversation. Annihilation with AWP rattling off shots and being unsuccessful in his attempts, and the fact that they know that AWP is there has sent them the other direction. Cabal switching to USP because that will be a better ranged weapon than the Mag in defense of that A bomb site, but they've lost too much ground and they've not come up from the fruits of their labor in bringing forward that AWP. They will look to save. I'm also a little surprised when weapons are brought forward or bought into. Because they bought an M4,
yeah,
saved the orb. But for them to be doubled up on the same side of the map, I understand it makes saving easier, but it also just leaves the other side of the map very, very weak by comparison.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, and they don't even save those two weapons.
They'll have a buy, just not a very good one. Annihilation will be short on utility, same with Yami. Yami's actually been short on utility pretty consistently. Even in that first gun round, he didn't quite have enough. I think he just started off with a flashbang and nothing else. Now it's only a smoke. Eight and 8, Rare Adam. Excellent recovery coming out from them, and they have managed to reaffirm their money once again.
But I know ATOX's policy. They don't let opponents get more than 4 rounds in a row.
That is SOPs, I do believe. Will they be able to adhere to them here? And now Yami starts off strong. Great first kill to come through, and now he's waiting for the cross from Summer, the nade, the Molotov, but Summer's the one who actually get the frag. Can't be safe through those smokes, taking a lot of damage. And Kaze's bomb plant can come through. 4 and 4 on the retake. A little bit of utility still available for ATOX, but Kaze's taking heads off through smokes as well. Continues to continue his reign of terror, 21 and 9, and he's going to end the round and more than that if he keeps it going this way. Mick trying to interrupt, coming in from behind. Kaze interrupts his life instead, traded away, and Child King's position is key. Now spotted out, but Dobu can't get a clean duel. Pillar providing too much comfort, too much cover, and somebody doing the same. Dobu closes the distance for one, and somebody only needs to stay alive. Dobu's sticking it. Dobu's sticking it. He's gone all the way, but it's not enough. Somebody still breaks it apart.
And nobody could stop the onslaught that Kaze was offering up on that defense. Once that bomb was down, just rattling off so many shots. Some nice clean shooting there from Kaze, but he was drawing all attention to him. Once again, you know, his teammates were low health, so he knows he has to do a lot of the grunt work. And Kaze did that and more. You know, may have had some chances to win more rounds on that CT side for this Rare Atom squad, but he has been a consistent force in the rounds that they did pull together, and now moving into this T side as well, still able to be just as lethal, more lethal than Annihilation was, even though Annihilation was really punching it in with the AWP in a lot of these late round finishes for ATOX. Kaze is ascendant right now.
Yeah. I think in a lot of those late round finishes for ATOX, it didn't feel like Annihilation necessarily needed to also get every single one of those kills. He always had a couple of more extra players coming alive. Kaze is a beneficiary, I suppose, in some ways of Rare Atom having some slightly more difficult post-spawn positions because the ATOX have been setting themselves up very nicely. But Kaze just looks even better because of it.
Yeah. He's acknowledging the weaknesses in some of their post-plans and then rectifying them. That's where he's really been having a lot of his success so far. Well, they did overwhelm the B-side player here on the side of Rare Atom, but that will just accelerate their progression into A. 4 groups up. We'll take control of this bomb site, and even though ATOX have recovered an AK, and we'll have a buy around the corner. I'm not expecting them to try too hard for this retake, unless they get gifted one for free through smokes. And there's no kicks. So this is a jump spot, and Kaze kills through smoke. Seems to be his recipe.
Kaze's figured out a way to let's see us go demos of as well as 2018.
Okay, a little hairy there for Leon. Spammed the right spot, but wasn't actually prepared for a player to swing out from it. This has been a game of sprees. 4-round opening spree from Rare Atom, 8 from ATOX in response, but now Rare Atom chaining together 6 coming into the second half. Will ATOX be able to put it to a stop, or will this T side of Rare Atom just run away into the sunset? While playing a pretty dangerous game, not deploying that smoke so early, jiggle peeking on that angle, and allowing these players to creep up on him. Molotovs and Lihang, Chalking able to cross that distance and overwhelm before he's even ready to react. They're quick through camera.
Annihilation not missing. They're not landing those shots, and Mick has to try and recover any ground lost. Instead, Yami coming in from behind, but they don't know that there's still a flank ready for somebody. So this is very much on a timer. You need to pincer in onto the site, and soon, but Mick is taking heavy demo damage. And as Dobu spots out one more, he can't be the one to proceed forward. This is a nearly impossible situation, but ATOX are in a nearly impossible position as well. They need to fight, but caught juggling is Mick, and Dobu's the only one to turn back and try to tell the tale, but even he might have his life cut short. Somebody puts him down.
I mean, fantastic work there from Rare Atom, capitalizing on, I guess, the greed and utility there from Cabal. You know, as that solitary mid player, it can feel very often you just have to dump a lot of that utility in the early rounds so that you don't get overwhelmed in that nature. But then, at the same time, you know, we saw some of the approaches that ATOX were going for on their T side with the layering of Molotovs. If Cabal has a smoke or a Molotov there, you know, that completely disrupts how those mid takes can go. So it's a bit of a bluff from either side. And Rare Atom able to call Cabal on his.
Somebody thought about going through this one. Is he gonna go through after it booms? Oh my god, somebody, you are a brave individual.
Yeah, he's just gonna be extremely happy that Summer's been able to trace one through smoke in an attempt to pick up that rifle. Still ending up in an trade. Child King did get a glimpse of Annihilation, actually swung through the doors to chase Annihilation down. Yami trying to take space as a result of losing out on some of these mid fights, but steps were made. Yami does still come away with his fight, and Child King's scared to pursue on that trade, but finds great timing. Yami turning his attention back to B, but Dobu is there to pick up the slack. One-on-one on the site. Kaze cannot commit to the plan because Dobu has crossed that distance so quickly. It's Kaze that wins that duel, but he knows another player is likely to be nearby. It's Child King that links up with him out through guard into connector.
Oh my god.
Kaze down to low HP, but now there's a 2-on-1 Mick with this FAMAS. He'll have no idea where Child King is because he was last seen B main. That long rotate from Child King paying off. And Rare Adam, they strike 12 first.
Listen, I know the highlight of the round is Child King getting 3 kills and all of them are fantastic, but Kaze just doesn't lose those duels. His shadow is visible. Dobu spots him coming out. Kaze isn't even going for like a full Ferrari peak wide swing, anything like it. He just immediately gets a headshot. And as much as the first half might have been a little bit of a conversation of, hey, maybe Kaze can do a little bit more, I don't think that's true anymore. And, you know, maybe it's easy to say when he's 24 and 12, but Kaze's taking this game on his shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, you see the experience and the level that Kaze can bring. The movement's clean, the considerations are key as well in these late round situations. He's been a hard man to beat when it comes to these clutch and mid rounds.
And unfortunately, we don't have a single player from ATOX who's been able to stand tall and stand proud. Yami's hoping it can be him. Good damage, and Mick's got one as well. Dobu now brings it together. This could be ATOX's first in this second half.
Yeah, so easy to forget that they have been barren here on CT side.
It's been so many chances as well, right?
Yeah, contentious rounds, a lot of moments that could have been ATOX's, but very frequently stolen away by players like Kaze.
Time's ticking down, but money's not a problem. Rare Adam are more than comfortable to throw their bodies at ATOX at this stage. This is what you can find, and well, what you can find is not very much. Kaze alone, and although he's been a little bit superhuman, it would be more than perhaps is reasonable to ask for that round.
Yeah, a little tall of an order. Don't actually know where that phrase comes from. Too tall an order.
I'm assuming when you're a contractor and like the list is just really long.
Yeah, that would make sense. Actually,
yeah.
I thought about it as well, just as I said it. It's like maybe it's like a receipt or a receipt for a restaurant.
Yeah. I can't afford that. It's too tall. Summer's in, and while he's not in with a kill, but he is in with some stopping power. He's stopping the CTs from taking any position they want through the smoke. Damage being traded back. Cabal finally finds him. More being done, and he can't find a gun. He's left with just the USB.
Can we slow down and just rethink our choices? Because none of this has been clean from either squad. Now just walking through the smoke is Child King.
Oh my God.
And Annihilation gets caught looking at his mini-map or something. Child King just creeps in and decimates. And sure, he only gets away with that one, but this round has been so hectic, so chaotic for everyone involved. I don't think anyone knows what the right reaction is from how the round started. Everybody's in limbo at the moment. Rare Adam just regathering their thoughts because they've got Summer in a deep position in mid, but no one's there to join him or escort him as the man with the package.
ATOX as well are just as bewildered. They have no information at all. They're trying to let Dobu be the one to try for a forward. If Dobu can just keep a hold of middle and Mick stays alive, this round is over. But those are two very big ifs. Dobu's going all the way. He's going all the way. And the thing is, he's not going to have the timing over here. Dobu's turned around. He barely spots it. 16 by 9. Native resolution users unite and rejoice.
This round was absolutely all over the place. I thought Dobu was going to miss it, but by him checking the mid window, just catches a glimpse, and that's the difference between a one round and a lost one. Right, well, so I appreciate the change in pace from Rare Adam. I think just all the rest of it was... It could use some work.
I like that you press W. I don't like all the other keys.
Well, I mean, because they got the smokes down, there were flashes. Like, it wasn't like they were going in haphazardly and just going fast for the sake of going fast.
I mean, to be honest, good response from Cabal being as disruptive as he was as well over there, making it chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, there were just so many smokes down, players getting tagged through them. It wasn't great.
Drop down, and what's the call? Is he going to be trying to overrun Yami? Well, Yami is a little bit scared, and he should be. There's a lot of players coming his way. He's got nowhere to go, no flashes to help him out either. Child King is around the corner, and he's been nutty on these entries, hoping to catch them with utility in their hands, but Dobu's been caught with no hands. He can't get a kill to save his life, and that's exactly what he needed to do. Annihilation and Nick now left in the 2 versus 4. It'll be the same way that ATOX started getting success. And they might end up being put down a T-side half-buy.
Yeah, it's looking like it's the final curtain call here on ATOX on this map. That run of form of 8 in a row coming out from T-side, it all looks so promising. But Rare Adam may just be able to punch it over the finish line here in the final moments here on Tech 9's. Rare Adam closed out 13-10 on their map pick in the series, and it got worrying when they only got 4 rounds out from their CT, but they really pulled it all together when they ended up on that T side, and a lot of that credit, I think, we said it a number of times, it has to go to Kaz. Ancient is a massive staple for having these sort of massive superstars just show exactly what they can do. So I'm hoping that Yami can actually be that guy, because he was brought into this roster, or he was brought back into this roster to actually have some of that energy. We just haven't seen it just yet.
Well, time to find out. Rare Adam in this situation are going to be starting things off with a smoke and, well, basically just one set of utilities, smoke, flash, nade. Now, I'm also really curious to see how Cabal's performance is likely to be going in this situation. Because I think Cabal is the one who might end up being the one suffering the most as far as role clashes and things like that are concerned. He might be the one relegated to taking Zesta's old spots on this map in particular. But for now, Child King is taking shots, not spots. Quickly tagged down. In the meanwhile, it's about Li Hang trying to hold on to the site with the smoke down. It will be a reroute from ATOX, but a deep grenade. Summer loses his life to try and throw that.
Yeah, I mean, they actually drew all of the CTs right over. Somebody with his aggressive push through A main is going to catch them as they reascend up through ledge back to B. Child King tried his best, but he gets caught by a flying Cabal. 3-on-3 as they get this bomb planted over on B, but Cabal is taking extra space. Kaze answering back and just hitting some crisp headshots on that P2K. Rare Adam don't even have to really think too much about this retake. It stops before it even really gets started.
That is at least some reassurance that Kaze's form is not going to be a one and done. It is going to continue forward, and maybe it's reassurance for us because we want to see more of it. It is not reassurance for ATOX. Kaze was the demon of Anubis. I know that it's supposed to be an Egyptian god, but the only god there was Chinese, rather Malaysian. Damn it!
Yeah, Malaysian. He just plays on Chinese. He's played on Chinese teams for a lot of his life. So.
His Counter-Strike is Chinese.
Yeah. Not the country that makes the player, it's the experiences, I guess.
So, and other coping mechanisms for my bad calls. Whilst keeping an eye out, but Kaze's push is going to be met, this time not with the USP. Of course, he knows that with the bomb plant, ATOX are likely to be going for the buy over here. Now, Cabal doesn't have head armor. That's the trade-off for going for the AK. You also don't have very much utility left. So this B-sided hit is about to be met with a lot of presence, predominantly from lane, though. If they're able to move past lane and actually get into the site, the only player there has an MP9 and nothing else. That's Summer. Kits are also absent on the Rare Adam side. They prioritize head armor for clear reasons.
ATOX are going to feel pretty limited in what they actually can do with the resources they have. 2 Molotov, or 2 smokes, a Molotov and a splash. Molly will be used to try and flush out Cave, but it draws Child King out. It does a lot of damage in his pursuit. Mick able to double up as Li Hang tried to capitalize on that drawn attention. Kaze's still holding on to middle and actually flooring Cabal. They will have to finish B here, but with Mick being so low, there could be a free kill for Summer to collect on rather quickly.
He's going to be the first one to take contact. All he needs is a single bullet, but he can't get it. Damage instead dealt by Mick is going to be enough to let Dobu finish off the kill. And now somebody's been brought down low as well. Flashes to sail forward, and it's all fallen apart. Rare Adam. That one exchange out towards lane where they lose 2 players for 1, that's what ends up costing them. Child King trying to get aggressive ahead of the Molotov rather than retreating, and just couldn't get the kills from that. Now ATOX will be turning things around.
Yeah, you just think about how different this round is if Mick is dispelled of inside of cave. Would have allowed them to more safely reapproach that B-bomb site. That extra room, maybe even an escape path there for Summer, but things just didn't line up that way. So ATOX, even though they lose the pistol, they do come away with that second round, and they'll lose quite a lot of money with the collection on these extra kills as well by Kaze at the end. Even the AK dropped into the ether, not collected upon after they finally deal with Kaze at the end of it. And you have to think Rare Adam, they buy right back, and that they will. 5.7s and M4 given over to Kaze. And I can see why you would drop Kaze in this situation. He has really had the hot hand here for Rare Adam.
And he has a hot spot. It feels like he can. Going over to the B-bomb set early on, that's where ATOX have concentrated as well.
And the thing is, you know, we were looking at the head-to-head between Annihilation and Kaze, and I was saying Annihilation on some of these rifles, like his work is, I give the edge to Annihilation, but it has actually been Kaze throughout this series so far.
Child King is just trying to keep the pressure on from Cave, but Dobu taking peeks in the middle. He has to be careful. He's been chased down. Somebody was closer than expected. And now a Galil recovered as well. It's go time into the B side. It's now or never. But Child King's holding on with his USP. A CZ to cover the cross as well. This is not going to be an easy scale. Close range, these pistols will be deadly. But Yami and Mick have no problems dispatching them whatsoever. Elbow spotted and Kaze pushed away. They might have to save here.
Yeah, and they probably should. They come in with one more rifle than they actually bought into this round. The spam from somebody is great. Does a lot of damage onto Yami, but doesn't finish off on that frag. And if he'd at least gotten that kill, they could have felt more incentivized to go for this. But yeah, no kits available. Not exactly great positions to go in for that retake. So Rare Adam call it quits. Does it feel weird that... I don't know, I almost feel like Cabal is being targeted. From CT Anubis to here as well on Asian there.
I think it's
a lot of attention. He's at least keeping a lot of attention on him, and he's not winning his fight as frequently as maybe you'd like.
I think it's just very known that Cabal really does like to stick to that sort of heavy lurk style, and middle is his territory on Ancient. It has been forever, basically. So, you know, in some of these half-buy situations and some of these, you know, hey, let's try and get a push out and let's get information situations, maybe it's just a symptom of ATOX's style being read into for sure, not necessarily Cabal himself being countered out. It's just Cabal is a mechanism through which they are able to do it. Summer. This cheetah fight has not been going well for whoever is here, be it Child King, be it Summer.
Yeah, does somebody else want to try and take cheetah? Or maybe they should just all go together. Maybe there'll be strength in numbers. But the number of rifles coming into this round was double what they had in the last, and it's been successful. A nice little boost up there for Kaze, somebody winning his duel as well. On that player, just trying to clear things out through mid.
Oh.
Kaze even getting a second where that came from in his defensive B. So down to 2 members are ATOX. Pretty lackluster buy on the side of Rare Adam. Could have been another kill there for Child King, but he still has no kills to add to the tally. Just kind of all teed up for Kaze to find great success. Dobu was already weakened, and now Mick making a desperate play through this smoke, but he has escaped through it. There is a quick pursuit, though, from somebody. Smokes, you can't venture through them. Somebody's got your number.
A little bit of an oversight over there from Yami inside the B house, right? He's watching out for Child King to back off in that position, and he's completely forgotten that there was a boost, and that, you know, the other player might be nearby. So Yami is so tunnel vision, and he can't adjust for Kaze. Then when Child King dies, Kaze just takes up his spot again. So Dobu feels comfortable saying, hey, yeah, B ramp is clear. Child King just died there. I don't have to care about it. So really nice round coming through over here from Kaze and Child King both, even if Child King doesn't get a kill with it.
I think in a 2-on-4 though, you also have to gamble to a certain extent. You know, you don't basically have the resources, the manpower to clear absolutely everything. And yeah, Dobu took an incorrect guess as to how Kaze would position himself. It's not uncommon for a double push down B ramp, but to do so in a 4-on-2 would have it just wasn't considered by ATOX.
Another swing round. ATOX still has a solid chance of making this work out, but the flashbang's been dodged. Somebody just went down. He won't be able to save his teammate. He can't save much at all. In fact, even his own life. Taken away. And Child King better break that egg that he's got on his score. Can't sit on 0 for much longer. He's given too much responsibility for something like it.
He needs to crack open that Kinder for a cute little gift. They have doubled up over on B, and they have a nice little bait and switch call inside of Cave, but Summer also has to be worried about the progress out from ramp. Kaze getting that kill as well, really accelerated. Maybe even cause them to not fully clear out these positions. Child King breaking through and finally getting onto the scoreboard with a nice double out from Cave. Snake that tries to cross out to long, but Child King triples up from that position. Sure, somebody is having a rough go of things, but Child King is now on the server, and Rare Adam are going to be very happy he's collected on a triple there.
That turns things around completely. ATOX is going to be reset. Okay, they're only buying a smoke and a flashbang, nothing else. Okay,
yeah,
this is alright. Their loss bonus is 2400. They won't have an AWP out for Annihilation in the next round either, and we know that's a priority for them, so that is also something to consider. If they can get the bomb plant in over here, that would be a nice boon. Deep nades, Child King, flash overhead, needs to try and cut them off, will do so. Now comes the farming time, but he's planted the seeds. The spray is great. It's all about Child King, but ATOX still get the job done.
Yeah, one smoke and a plant, and even though they've won the round very handily because of Child King's spray and transfer, they still had trouble spotting the bomb at the very end of it. That was disgusting from Child King. The second kill on the spray was not the cleanest, but the immediate snap onto the third at ramp. That was juicy.
They do go for
Child
the full
King
5
and
AK
Jamyang
setup.
on the same team.
Oh yeah, dude, that would be fire. The anchoring opposite sides as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, guys, you better have some 6 flashes for us actually.
They're both 30 bullet warriors.
The M4A4 Kings of China. Summer though, he's got to pull his gun out again, caught in the reload a little bit early, and that means that ATOX is fully scaled up. This is going to be a 5-on-5 retake. ATOX are very happy with this. They've still got another smoke, 5 flashes, a Molotov. This is going to be a nearly impossible retake now. You've got 4 players trying to funnel in through CT. At some point, you have to barrel forward. You'll be facing into Yami and company. Yami cuts off the first. The spam is enough to dissuade. Rare Adam knows they've just misplayed this.
Yeah, I mean, to have conceded the B bomb site so rapidly is actually a bit outrageous. Sure, the player positions from spawn from Rare Adam just, I guess, weren't conducive to it, but Summer has to show some presence, because they go up ramp at the very opening segment of this round, and Summer offers a flashbang, a Molotov to lane, but there's no presence in cave, there's no one even challenging the ramp. There's no smoke down either.
I'll have you know, he also shot 10 times and then reloaded without seeing anyone, okay?
Yeah, well, it's
It's
just outrageous that ATOX are allowed to take the bomb site and still have as many smokes and Molotovs as they do. Like you said, it was just going to be a very difficult retake for Rare Adam, regardless of what they did from there on out. So, very clear that Summer got caught off guard by the extra pace that ATOX applied to that round.
Okay. The ball's in the middle. Summer's got a response over there on the mix as well, and now Summer wants a little bit more, but again, these reloads are really coming back to haunt him. Child King, at the very least, will perform a quick exorcism. And now, it's on the shoulders of somebody. Those shoulders very capable for the first, and even repositioning backwards into Donut. Child King position given up, and well, the nade will do some damage, not enough. Dobu has crept all the way into the A site, and with position having shown off over to Cheetah, this might be a misread coming up from Rare Adam. Dobu's been given full control of the site, and he's not prioritizing the plan. He's going all the way through. He wants to get a kill before he goes for this, and that's what somebody's hoping to catch off.
Yeah, things are going to get weird, though, if somebody gets the frag, but no, Dobu comes away with it. It leaves unscathed as well, so he gets that kill that he was fishing for, and now gets a plant down. They're playing completely detached. Two long-standing teammates rejoining here on ATOX, and they are playing each other's spots perfectly. A nice cutoff there from Cabal, who can now link up for this post-plant, but they have Kaze to beat past, and he's been the man to beat in these late rounds.
Molotov might have done most of the work for them. Can't get the first kill, and he is out of there. He knows that the CT economy isn't exactly something that will be given time to resettle. He would rather say be able to be over here. I have to say, after somebody gets that kill over there, Child King must have just frantically been giving that call out for B house or something like it, because obviously Dobu hadn't given out a single step or anything like it. So that split apart approach in the 2 versus 3 works out really well for ATOX.
Yeah, they may have even thought it was a double push in through CT, because it's such an outrageous play to go deep spawn with the bomb by yourself. You know, Dobu died, the round is done, but he also made the play that basically secures the round for them. So high risk, high reward.
Child King. Now he will trade, but it's all about Summer right now. ATOX knows the possibility of someone's coming here, but maybe not all the way into ramp. What is going on? Rare Adam can't catch a break.
Yami's doing a lap, and Summer has kind of done the same, but he's also cleared everything out on B, so they can feel a little safer knowing that Summer has this position, Cave being compromised, but the ramp was empty. Big question is, do ATOX even still finish B?
Kaze, the Molotov doesn't actually spread to him. You're not going to be aware of this. Summer's only good for the one, but Kaze is unexpected, so he's able to take one more down. Annihilation, position known, and with the Molotov dissuading him from going much further, he knows he has to close the distance and get the kill. Kaze's swing, though, is unexpected, and he is now 12-1. And this is not a game where they're dominating. This is not a game where Rare Adam have been coming through flawless. Kaze is just the only one who has.
Now, if he's not been killing them all, he's been saving. And even when he's saving, he's still killing all of them usually. So, Kaze's feeling pretty good. Just this whole series, really. So I won't be too happy about how that round played out. Could have been cleaner. Felt awkward in certain moments, but the way that Kaze has been shooting, able to rectify that problem. Once again, they do get up towards the B bomb site relatively unscathed, but you know, lots of damage on their approach, and actually just not enough space to even get the plant down. Dobu gets spammed out from Child King, and now Kaze as well, a nade and an AWP shot to really pull it all together. At first, ATOX were happy that they got up that B ramp so quickly, but they get gunned and spammed down to very low health, and their prospects fizzled up very quickly. I think I said unscathed, but at first I really meant to say undetected at first, but when they were detected, it didn't really seem to really come together for it at all.
Yeah, not the most scathing regardless. Aggression this time from Child King all the way through the smoke. It is a double-pronged assault. Both prongs finding success, and for ATOX, this really does mean conceding over 7 to Rare Atom, almost guaranteed, maybe even more than that, given the state of their economy.
This smoke is very weird. It allows Falcon to be isolated for a fight, but just round the edge of it, Yami getting partial gray screened. Falcon does get his kill. Cabal trading, but they now have Cabal completely locked in, and Summer just waiting for that smoke to fade to catch Annihilation. 7 rounds here from Rare Atom already on the CT side, large in part due to the form of Kaze, but also the emergence of Child King. You know, he was a slumber for the first 4 to 5 rounds, but since then he's just been finding multi-kills galore on this B-bomb site. It's a very top-side heavy kill or scoreboard for this Rare Atom squad.
It's a faster play. It's into A. ATOX have changed it up. And there isn't anyone available on the site. This has paid off for them before, but with flashes and something like it, Liang has a chance to take an initial duel. He's into the flames. He's burning alive. Annihilation will put him out of his misery and find an advantage with that. Recover the AK as well. This is getting troublesome. Somebody needs to get this kill, but instead he's been forced away. He's been brought down low. Annihilation has done more than his job.
Chance there for Kaze to have equalized back into a 4-on-4. Summer does find his kill just as he tries to transition into Donut. In fact, it overrun Dobu as well, but he's lost all of his teammates. All the meanwhile, no further prospects on this play, and it will be a 5th round here for ATOX as we send ourselves into the second half. We'll be back after the break.
75 Red Adam not able to get the 8th. ATOX finding a few extra rounds where they get unprotected bomb sites. But now on the CT side of things, this is where they struggled on Anubis. Will it be similar stories here on Ancient?
Yeah, I have worries, I have concerns. And it's mainly because Kaze is the king. 16-2. That's a hell of a scoreline to have coming away from 12 rounds of play. See if he can keep up that form here on this T side as well. Because I have questions about ATOX's defense, but my questions for Kaze are more about how high can he go. King running his interference over towards that A bomb site, does get his 1 kill, but ends up traded. The rest of the attack is towards B, and somebody has a player locked into the cubby, but they're losing members, and they're losing them fast. It's only Kaze that remains, and Yami able to dispatch of him, even though Mix survives on that singular point of health. He is no longer needed. He got all the kills he needed to on the pursuit. ATOX taking CT pistol.
Good to see Mick getting back into it. He definitely didn't have the best of maps on Anubis either, and Mick is the kind of player where I think he goes a little bit underrated on this team, but it doesn't feel like he's necessarily blossomed into what he could have been, right? So, always good to see him getting a little bit more involved in the pistol round. Hopefully he can carry that form forward.
Mongolian IQ.
It is pretty high.
I believe that's his origin, right? He's supposed to be MIQ, but then people just start calling him Mick, and he's like, well, it's sticking now. Or at least that's what I was led to believe by watching the Blitz Mongol vlog.
I have heard he's a bit of a troll, so that might not be true.
It also might just be completely false information. But it's in video, so it's now canon.
Someone edited the Wikipedia article.
Yeah, him. Well, we're really ringing the stone for water here on the side of Rare Adam. Got Glocks and a P250, but they're making ATOX gas. And the pistols are going to be actually able to overwhelm Dobu inside of Cheetah. It's Glocks that overwhelm an SMG. Well, often that's the case, but bomb has been dropped as he tries to ascend up ledge to B. Annihilation here with Mick to make sure that the A-bomb or the B-bomb side doesn't actually get taken over. So no problems here for ATOX, even though they didn't farm as much money as they'd like, perhaps, on those submachine guns. They'll happily take a clean enough round where all rifles are protected.
They sound so powerful when you say the full word, like submachine guns. Like, wow.
Yeah, but now they have assault rifles.
It doesn't pack the same punch. I don't know. I associate machine gun too much with like 80s action movies.
Where are the heavy machine guns? Where's the love for the Negev and M249?
That is a heavy nade that maybe lands a little bit lighter on some of the shoulders. No mid control from either team. I have just been content in exchanging utility for it and keeping eye lines out. Summer will the child team will start bring forward. Let's see what they're
into the spam there from Dobu, because it was going to be a wild miss until Summer deployed his nade. So damage is pretty good there for Dobu, considering he's conceding his spot inside of Cheetah. These players are wounded in their approach. And Dobu hears all that audio. A reload inside of Cheetah, knows it's been compromised. But they only leave somebody, or rather, Lihang in position. Chowking just swinging out towards Donut. Did have a flash coupled up for that swing. Now moving inside of red. Annihilation is considering this as a possibility, but Child King is being such a nuisance. Extra damage done. Annihilation just has to try and hold his spot.
Child King didn't actually have a flash. That was a flash swing for Counter. I think it didn't go far enough. Dobu, though, takes somebody down. Bomb can't be planted too easily. A lot of damage being dealt. Even Kaze being brought down low. And Chalkin is getting a little bit suspicious of a player coming in from behind. Instead, he's got the timing. Mix got the kills. And Lihan can't get responses. Child King in a 1-on-3. With the defuse being tapped, knows this round is over. I cannot believe he's still trying to go for a little bit of damage over here.
Yeah, they had full recognition about where he was, so I am actually surprised as well. ATOX didn't just stick it immediately. But maybe concerned that Chalkin could line up a spam, perhaps. Even just from lane into the bomb site. That was not to be. That was basically the only way that Chalkin could have won the round, because he was going to be far too late. Just needed his teammates to buy some time before he relinked with them. So nicely handled from ATOX. Good urgency as well once they realized that there was a late flank pushed forward before Chalkin could get into position. Only 2 rifles brought forward here by Rare Adam. With a significant economy advantage, but full execute on this B bomb site. 2 smokes that are down. No quick ascension up through the B ramp. Dobu has to be very cautious about how he expends these bullets, because there's multiple players around the back of that smoke. He does get wrapped in the end. Kaze overwhelming, but he's the man with the bomb. He actually will be able to transition into the bomb site, and there's no Molotov to stop his planting of that package, but he does get spammed down, and so that's one of the rifles lost, only holding on to Cave for this post plant.
They're going to be smoked off immediately. They need to just shoot through the smoke, run through the smoke, do everything they can, and when at least one of those is working, Child King in the meanwhile is thinking about repositioning, but they're just not going to be the time. The spam is not on point. Yami can get the full defuse. They can't do anything about this. Now comes the spam, but again, just not enough. You can't hold on to that post plant position with everyone relying on just a spam.
Well, you can. It's just it's not a very high percentage. You know, it's not going to work for you more often than not. You saw the off-axis diffuse from Yami because the bomb is planted a little too far to the left on that default position, and you know that's extra information that they would have even gathered from how quickly they killed Kaze coming off of that plant. So nice heads up thinking there from ATOX to actually stop themselves from getting spammed, because you know that second attempt from Child King was actually pretty on, if not for the fact that there was a player safeguarding and body blocking those bullets. Yeah, it's not the most replicable strategy to simply play your post plants from Cave and trying to spam everyone off the defuse.
All the way in the middle. He's had a tough going to these last few maps, but right now he's trying to respond. Damage is good, but Kaz is the one to close. Yami forced away. Also not had the most success necessarily from Donut, but Dobu's been doing more than his job. Mick now taken down. He's been great on the CT side, and now comes in the flank for Dobu as well. He doesn't know where to go. Every single one of these CT players is so isolated, and they have no information on 2 of these T sides.
Aggression from Yami is so good. Hung. Oh, just able to turn. Yami's clearing all the nooks and crannies coming out through red. And that extra patience, the stop and freeze from Rare Adam, given the deep positions they held, it racks up dividends. Just incredibly profitable for them to have slowed the roll. Leaving Annihilation as that last man that was spotted on that A bomb site. So it's a safe B plant. Even saving this ult will be difficult. Summers inserted himself into a troublesome angle should he decide to approach from spawn to B. But Annihilation should be able to escape with this AWP. Adam are putting it all together though. I mean, they're clearing everything, and there's only so many possibilities for Annihilation to have found a little hidey hole.
He's been for okay. Li Hang is back. That's a nice shot.
Yeah.
And that means there won't be an AWP over here for ATOX unless Annihilation wants to go feel a little bit cold outside in the winter. will choose not to go nude, and it is all about those M4s and a 5-7 from Cabal. This is breaking point for ATOX. Ray Adam will have enough money to be able to buy into the next regardless, but the round differential might become concerning for them. So really, a big swing round when it comes to the fate of this game here and now.
Not able to have as much impact as maybe he'd like in the opening rounds coming into the second half. Into this half, 16-2. And prior to getting that double, was only able to get the one register to his name. That's a great spam from Lee Hung. I mean, you say he's back, but I'm not sure I quite believed you. But every bullet connecting on the spam, I'm with you now.
Still has a little bit more to do. Dobu's gonna be undetected, but Child King trades him. Yami's still inside middle, providing a little bit more. Somebody pushes through his full flash white screen. And that extra bit of aggression is enough to force him away, but Annihilation is just off holding an off angle.
And because he's heard no steps, he's not calling rotates over just yet. One smoke thrown is not a clear indicator that the B bomb site is under siege. Cabal has started to gravitate over as somebody starts to investigate the A bomb site, but this will be a B-sided finish. Bomb's still outside of those B doors. If somebody can fish for a kill and cause a ruckus, then it may draw the defense of ATOX over.
They start to move, but they've decided to stay planted in. They've got the call that there's no more steps, and now comes out the crawl forward. Annihilation right into. And despite there being no success on that A site, none was needed. All down to Yami. Players are low. He's got the first one through the smoke. Kaze just falls to a stray bullet. Only Summer. Yami looking for 4. Summer looking for 9 for his team. And the one-on-one, Yami's going to be going forward to fully carry this one out. It's all about the swing, and Summer gets the timing. Beautifully done. And 9 on the board for Rare Adam. ATOX have their money put into the ground.
I think the big thing for Kaze this whole series is just how diligent this guy is. He's got incredible awareness. Even with as much space as he was given towards that ramp side, you know, there was no utility out from long. There was no shots fired, no nothing. And he hard cleared for Annihilation's position. You know, it's an off angle. It's a hard position to clear in a traditional execute, but in a 2-on-2 on that bomb site, just, I mean, it was a fantastic clear there from Kaze. It's basically round winning as well. We're looking at all these AWPers shuffle around in the Chinese scene. It was actually hard to land a home, I think, for Kaze. I was maybe worried for him in the sense that, you know, he's such an experienced veteran player of the domestic scene.
Yeah.
But it's actually, I find it rare that, you know, these heavily experienced players are actually able to showcase what that experience does to you as a player, and the way you sort of meticulously clear or that sort of level. It can be hard to demonstrate that in games in the way that people are always sort of like, when you say experience, what do you mean by that? But Kaze's providing a showcase.
Big out and aggression from Mick and Dobu. This is what we saw from Rare Adam as well. And that second last round of the first half. And it honestly does the exact same thing. Apparently just a really good call. Great way to change the pace for sure.
There's been a couple of instances where Rare Adam have actually put 4 towards that B lane, but this time they get segmented. Didn't go for quite as committed a call off of spawn, and ATOX will happily take that. Only having to deal with those first 2 players. And as you do, 5-on-3, you've got your advantage. They now peel back into those bomb sites.
Great Molotov is going to be flushing out Yami, forcing him to use that smoke. Nate also, he just walks further into it, and he's revealing his position. Child King wants to proceed forward. He knows it's all about taking a risk and making a play right now. And But Yami trying to fire through. Oh my god, Child King. He's
What?
fighting inside the smoke. They have to realize that eventually Yami needs to just shoot over here. He doesn't. He thinks it's a wall. Time's running down low. Oh my god, they're rotating away from the B side as well. They're no longer reinforcing it because they're worried about middle. It's suddenly getting sweaty. It's getting hairy. The bomb will be down. There's no Molotov to prevent it. There's no kit to defuse it. And there's no advantage to fight back into it. Somebody now, with mixed position given up, is waiting for Child King to get in position for a double swing through. They're going to take this duel. Child King will win it. And he continues this reign of terror on the B bomb site. Only Kaze left. Cabal has recovered. Maybe it's not all disaster. Oh. And Dobu will assuage a rare miss from Kaze, and ATOX recover, but it is not without far too much trouble.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that that one kill from Child King in mid is enough for ATOX to just vacate the B bomb site. You know, given how late he was going for a play like that, simply waiting out the smoke that Yami had deployed to save himself, or at least buy himself some extra time. ATOX didn't think that there was a possibility to still finish towards B. And in all that chaos, it really does get hairy. There was a real fighter's chance that Rare Adam close, even in the Kaze 1-on-2. But even still, you know, even with Kaze and Child King both respectively popping off, really, it is still a tight game.
Shout out to Cabal as well in that previous round. Obviously, he's had a bad game so far as well. And like I said, I did think he was the one likely to suffer the most as far as being moved away from, you know, that proactive mid-side role that he was taking before. But in that retake, comes in, gets the double kill in, makes it work. Without that, yeah, game over.
Also, am I not wrong? I seem to remember Cabal playing Cave. But maybe that's because I just attribute, because I know he's a shotgun guy.
No, Dobu plays Cave. Cabal was playing mid.
Yeah, I seem to have recollections of Cabal playing inside of Cheetah. But maybe that was many moons ago.
I think sometimes it like doubled up. Or when he has a shotgun, he does go there. Or maybe I'm just wrong and you're right.
Yeah, I mean...
Either way, he's being
knows?
relegated from a great high fragging position to, you know, a much more difficult anchoring spot where you're very lonely, where you're waiting a lot of the time, where you're on retakes a lot of the time.
You're very frequently smoked off and Molotov'd off, and, you know, they use a lot of resources to make your fights difficult. Yeah, I see that. But if we get Inferno, I'll get all the shotgun shenanigans I'm really looking for.
I remember a Cabal Mag 7. But I don't think he wants to remember it. He'd rather stay on these rifles for the rest of the team. MP9's fine for him as well. Should ATOX misstep here, then that previous round becomes all the more possible. It's swing rounds all day right now for ATOX. And I don't think they're too happy with that. Need to pop open the smoke, and no vision found for Yami. And with 3 players in middle, this could be an overstep from Yami because of it, but he decides to back off, play a little bit more defensive. And that'll pay off for now.
This is the most committed we've seen ATOX actually defend that A bomb site. They have a boost up for Cabal as well as Annihilation to draw attention away. It's on Yami really to win that duel, but also provide some additional assistance on B so that they don't know about this extra man that's dedicated towards that A bomb site. Off of that timeout, they are expecting that Rare Adam could just change directions. The spam is good from ATOX. Summer brought down to 36 HP, and with how little success they've found on B, they are starting to gravitate back to that A bomb site. This feels like it could be a death trap.
Yeah, there's Two players here. Annihilation spots out as well. Molotov there. Child King moves through it. It doesn't get even a tick of damage out. Annihilation isn't expecting him here. Child King gets him off, but Yami and Cabal, in the meanwhile, will be trading away. This MP9 doing much more than expected. It gives Yami time to rotate as well. A triple for him in the round, and he's not done yet. Lihang trying to keep the pressure up, and in a 1v3, he's got so much to do and so little to do it with.
Fantastic work there from Yami. First kill is as clean as it could be, and then immediate recognition of what's happening. As soon as Annihilation spots that player inside of Donut, that Molotov comes down, Yami is fleet-footed in providing additional support out from CT. And they weren't going to expect Cabal. Sure, they clear for him, but you know, Annihilation has been very frequently alone on that A-bomb site. That extra presence does go a long way.
Oh, okay. That's a lot more damage than I thought it was. Liang. Tag down.
Straight through the smoke. The flash that lines it up by Lihang is perfect. King
He's going for another one. Oh
not
God.
deterred by smokes whatsoever, as it would appear, but this time he won't get the better end of the stick. Fades, and Dobu gets a clear view of his assailant before he even assails.
They're trying to get a better vantage point to try and feast on those cave players. Instead, it's Ramp that he's making a meal off. Meanwhile, Lihang once again left all alone, 1 versus 4, and sure he gets himself 2, but it just doesn't feel like he's got anything to do. The bomb is so far away, the time is slow. The only advantage he has is that ATOX's players are pretty segmented off. With the steps he's giving out, he makes it possible. But Annihilation had just that small gap to peek through. ATOX find map point.
Yeah, if Annihilation was even slightly hesitant or took one extra step the wrong direction, it's very likely that Lihang brings that into a proper vacuumed 1v1 where they have full information of each other's position, and things could have gone any way from then on out. Lihang has had these flashes for Rare Adam, but it may not be enough. ATOX line already. Annihilation an opening line, and he's spotted a lot of presence outside of A. He'll call for Mick as that additional assistance. In fact, Annihilation ascending the box as well. Rare Adam have to know that a lot of information has already been given up so quickly, and without them having kind of deep space over towards that B-bomb site, it's very difficult for them to reset. And we're not within earshot to hear all the utilities sailing out onto B. There could be deep presence out from CTs. So they basically have to continue with this philosophy because of the fact that they went so committed to an A-sided start.
Shadow spotted. Much earlier than maybe they'd expect, but flash in their face and Annihilation has been forced away. That's a position that he's found a lot of success from before. A good kill to start off, but he can't get the second. Rare Adam into the site, but they don't get themselves quite lined up for Cabal. Still 3-on-2, but these T's are low and the bomb isn't planted yet. Mick gets it done and even distracts long enough for Yami to come in behind. The smoke will be fading soon. He knows it as well. He sees those particles going away, and Child King even puts Lihang in the grave himself. Rare Adam will take a knee. ATOX bring it all back together on that CT side.
Yeah, and that final round as well. That was that Mongolian IQ at work. He used perfect echolocation. You know, heard that bomb plant happening on the right side of the site and just knew that he would have an angle just as that smoke. Solid rotations and changes in their setups as well that caught Rare Adam off guard. So, yeah, going into an Inferno, I'm kind of of the same opinion. You know, I feel like I'm almost warming up to the map. They made some changes to the skybox and, you know, some of the roofing on this map that has enabled for easier access to some of the smokes and utility that is sort of more akin to traditional Inferno coming out from CSGO into CS2. but we're still yet to see how everything sort of develops as the map matures further in this iteration. But we're going to get to see it in the third map in this series, ATOX and Rare Adam battling it out in the opening round of the IEM Rio Asia Close Qualifier. And Rare Adam starting on this T side while Mick is close to the half wall. The rest of Rare Adam are not too far behind Child King.
Getting ready for those flashes. He'll never come. Child King gets the one. Dobu needs flashes to come through and help him out, but Cabal doesn't get them at the right place. Now he's all alone, a lonely man in a bomb site full of terrorists.
Yeah, just gets swarmed, doesn't he? Lihang able to get that player out from CT, and with Annihilation and Yami coming in as these late rotates, they have heavily separated. It's Yami that tries to approach on his flank towards Banana, but somebody was there to lock that one down. Yami does dispatch of him, but Lihang is taking up position up close and personal with dualies, and this will be a hard position to clear out. Yeah, Lihang just a full swing, even though the trade is immediate. Kaze just knows he can keep tabs on Annihilation, pepper him down. With his 31 HP and no kit available, this round is already done. Rare Adam punching in with this pistol off of a nice double entry from Child King.
Terrorists win.
Okay, Kaze really just conceded himself to die with the bomb there.
I think we started the series off talking about Annihilation versus Kaze and maybe giving the edge to Annihilation a little bit, especially in that first half of Anubis. It really looked like it was going to be the case. Since then, obviously, things have completely turned around in the Malaysian favor, but Inferno is where both of these guys have been touted as kind of specialists at certain points. You know, both of these players have been able to take over games with their AWP on either side.
And for wildly different styles.
Yeah.
More positioning and nice fallback protocols, and Annihilation was a little bit more in your face, up to the wall. He did rein it in over his career, but we still see glimpses, we see flashes of it, and that's kind of the right way to be that aggressive player when you're trying to level up in your domestic scene. Or even internationally, really.
You said we'd get to see all those shotguns. Yami's the one wielding his. He is also a Mag 7 enjoyer, but we will not be able to enjoy it actually put to use over here on this B-bomb site. But he does come down to whatever can be found by Dobu with basically 0 HP left on him. He is being quite elusive inside the smokes, but evasion only means a percentage, and with your HP that low, you're gonna die. Okay, nice shot.
Oh, okay. And he gets the money too.
This is great damage opportunities over here for the CT side. ATOX can completely cordon off Rare Adam's retreat pathways, and look, although they wanted to win this round, obviously that's why you force buy in. At least there's consolation.
No,
he gets 2 kills.
He does indeed get 2 with that Mag 7, so nice little cash injection there for Yami off of his Mag 7 investment. He reaps the returns. But the round was Rare Adam's, regardless of how many kills he got on that Mag 7. It was a little too far gone. Should be able to pretty comfortably drop in AWP over to Annihilation in the upcoming gun round. Oh my, if the gun round is even really required for ATOX to get their first round on the board. 2 Deeg kills either side of the map, 1 from A and 1 from B. Now these guns are not recoverable here for ATOX, so the issue doesn't compound. And there's only those 2 Deegs that they have to really worry about, but ATOX are starting to gravitate their players over. Annihilation does find out that somebody has crept up towards those arches. Sure, somebody gets tagged, but we'll have to deal with Dobu. Okay, sorry, Yami at the back of the bomb site. Nice clean kill on somebody jumping over, and Kaze does trade, but a man advantage for ATOX, and while that plant was going down, that really would have been their best opportunity to swarm. Only one player would have had their gun drawn, but now with smokes down, there's still a Molotov available here for Kaze as well. It's good damage from ATOX, but unlikely to be a round win with it. I think if you can just go back and get the AKs.
I mean, even if you can get just one more kill over here to the bomb or anything like it, that would be great. But yeah, they choose the least likely outcome, which is actually winning the round over here for themselves. Not the worst situation, but you know, that's not ideal. Still, you will have the AWP out for Annihilation, dropped over by Yami, courtesy of those double max 7 kills. If Yami's coming alive on this map, though, that's going to be a very interesting X factor, because so far it has been about system versus stars. If you can add that one extra variable, things can go topsy-turvy very quickly.
And I'm hoping they do. Good blow to smoke bottom B, and the spam from Dobu is right on the money. Coupling up between him and Mick, they were spamming either edge of the smoke. Kill is a nice and safe one. Ball does get taken down over towards those arches though, so it's back to equal numbers. The damage is great, and even the clear to the apartments is fantastic. King on that low health does still find another kill with it, but Yami on his low HP didn't want to take on that duel, and so Mick will be the one that actually sweeps up the pieces over on that A-bomb site. First round for ATOX, and all of it's courtesy of some good utility and good starting damage, but then also some of that Yami flair.
Yeah. They lose the AWP, but that's okay. Rare Adam won't really have the best of buys over here, so maybe the AWP would have been hampering you against the Tech 9s regardless. Doesn't feel like the Chinese teams in the past few years have necessarily been as good at innovating half-by-round set plays to try and get something to work. That's where generally the Mongolian sides have been much better at programming through some small little gimmicks, some small executes. Maybe Rare Adam can buck the trend.
Well, they go for a 4A setup here for ATOX side. After there was minimal presence thrown towards B. ATOX decided that was the best course of action, just leaving Mick as this sole defender. And with that smoke finally leaving his hands, he will buy himself some extra time with it, as well as time for Cabal to get in on that rotate, but the Tech 9 just jumping through and overwhelming. He was hoping to buy a little bit more time and space, maybe even get a couple of kills before falling. Instead, Rare Adam take the bomb site with no casualties.
It's going to be a very delayed rotation out from Yami on Banana as well. Cabal and company have to lead the charge into multiple smokes because Mick hadn't actually used his last one. So the Ts are able to recover and deploy that. Back out to CT. Time's running out. Rare Adam are going to be able to reclaim out onto Banana as well. And it's an immediate save call from ATOX. This is exactly what they had to avoid. And they're even taking so much damage. The responses do not matter. For Rare Adam, even if you can just keep these two players alive, that's more than enough. And, well, they might get even more damage on top of it. They know where Cabal is. Maybe they don't.
They had suspicions, but, yeah, no firm confirmation. So they should be able to muster together a buy. I think one player will be shortchanged, and it appears that will be... Oh, no, never mind. I'm surprised they squeezed together 5 M4s out from this. My math, not as good as theirs. It's not a whole lot of util alongside it as well. Good barrage of utility at the start here, though, from Rare Adam. Pulls Mick off his perch, the nade beat onto Kaze, brings him down to 5 HP, and Child King immediately floored as that smoke is blown wide open. They're walking very wounded. Yami caught with a Molotov out though, tries to delay for perfect timing, and it's Annihilation that doubles up to rectify that mistake. Summer has bridged the gap into the bomb site and does come in at an off angle, but with Kaze being so low, 1-on-3 from this position is incredibly unlikely, and he will not be able to buck that trend whatsoever. So ATOX, again, you know, some good utility usage at the start of this round, some nice fighting over towards the banana position, just kind of funnels Rare Atom forward into A, and I guess if not for Annihilation picking up the slack on this A bomb site, it really could have been a contentious round.
There's that rifling prowess that we've been waiting for coming into play. Rare Atom have now had 2 maps of Kaze being an absolute stud. Asking for a third does feel like it's a bit too much. And the benefit for them is that Lihang has come much more alive. Obviously, this is one of the maps that New Happy was a specialist of. Lihang in particular always used to perform very well on it in the past as well in previous teams. So if there was ever going to be a resurgence, it would be here. But it feels like if Kaze will maybe not show up in a similar form to the previous maps, you need a lot more than just one player to replace him.
I swear Ancient was also one of New Happy's kind of maps. And
it became it later on, yeah.
Yeah, Liang wasn't doing too well on that map.
Listen, man, let me make some narratives out here, Michael.
I'm not sure how much this narrative works. Really pulling at loose threads. And unfortunately, the whole dress is unraveled.
Well, Lihang is looking pretty right now, dress or undress. There you go.
Well, that's revealing. Oh. A little weird movement there for Yami, trying to get himself into those apartments. Want to get a Molotov down, because without an extra presence over towards Banana, they peered through mid and saw nothing, so second mid into the apartments is a likely route. So they don't have a player in at those arches that could prevent the wrap. So they've called Mick over to try and help clear them out of that area. It's been smoked, and they just barrel straight through the apartment smoke. Annihilation, once again, good for a double. And the reinforcements arrived on time here for ATOX. The Child King, that remains, and he was hoping to get a better gun than this M4 that was out of bullets. But that will all he can try and make use of here in the clutch. Almost drops inside of Mini Pit, and a fight offered up just before that smoke blooms. They're just trying to distract for as long as possible because Mick is circling round through those apartments and adds security to this round. ATOX, this A defense, it does feel fairly compromised at any given point, but these Annihilation doubles have really been saving their bacon.
What a luxury to have as an apps player. So yeah, if I die, can you just kill 2 of them and get a dink on a third, please? Oh, thanks.
I've been caught with a nade out. I've been ran through on a smoke. But my side player has got me.
It's also a very difficult deal. That's why, you know, a lot of the time you're going to see players from Pit having more success than the side player itself.
Classic Annihilation. Playing a different game to everyone else. Well, there should be an easily put together 4th round here for ATOX. They are against Glocks and a couple of Deegs.
We've seen those vehicles be a problem. Maybe a little bit more so on the hand of ATOX, admittedly. Theoretically, there you go. You've got one. Got a fair bit of
Unoma. Because if there is one more kill on this Deeg, things get very worrying for this defense on A. Oh dear, it's not even a Deeg, it's that recovered M4 in somebody's possession.
And now they're trying to swarm around Yami. He's got so much to do, but they're actually falling apart pretty quickly. Maybe a little bit unfocused about where to go, trying to get the bomb plant in on one side and just go for the 1v1 elsewhere. The bomb will not be planted because of the double Molotovs as well. Yami keeps it going, and despite the early success, it's all under control courtesy of Yami. It does feel like if Rare Adam had, you know, maybe prioritized a single objective where you swarm onto the bomb site or swarm onto pitch to try and isolate a few more duels, it could have gotten a little bit more tricky, but that said, all the credit out to Yami for making that work.
Yeah, I think if they'd been able to recover a smoke or just bought a smoke into that round, they would have been able to prioritize in the way that you're sort of describing, but they didn't want to sort of tunnel vision in on pit and then get gunned down for Moto. So things get a little awkward. That's where utility can be a massive boon even in these no-round situations. Here for Child King and a lovely collection on 2 at the mouth of B. That is one way to assert yourself, that is for sure. Child King finally put in his place, and Yami able to aggress into these apartments and survive on just a slither of health. So just as quick as they find 2 kills, they lose 2 back. But they should know that Yami is weakened. So this A bomb site will feel fairly compromised.
Well, somebody unexpected. And now you don't have that extra player. You don't have that extra HP. You have nothing if you're Yami. The only thing you can hope for is some sharp shooting and some good timing.
Bomb has been planted.
Or another chance in the next round. Well, you can hope for that too, actually.
A swift call to save. Yami said, "I'm too low to go," and Cabal has said the same.
That just fixes your problems if you're Adam, right? Child King just opens things up with a double.
Yeah, boost me. Okay, I've killed 2. And the round could have theoretically just been done from there on out, but some good counter aggression there from ATOX. Certainly made this a little bit more contentious. I think it was probably communicated to Annihilation just how much ground had been ceded, however.
Yeah, he felt like he had to make a play over there regardless, and no one else was in position to do so, so just a gamble you have to take, I suppose.
Yeah, even if he just perched up and held onto those arches, very likely he still falls to somebody, just in a different way.
Huh. Alright, it's banana time. And all that potassium makes for some explosive plays over here, but so far the only explosives are inside Summer. He's down to 30 HP without even having seen a player. Doesn't really feel very good, and that nade's going to be even better. Child King now low as well. So much utility damage, and Rare Adam are still committed to the B-bomb site.
Well, they would have been if they did just get re-aggressed onto. A great flash and Molotov combo that isolates Summer. Because those players were so tagged up by the HEs earlier on, it's not like they could have stuck around to really find out or even sit in those flames to trade. They do try and trail past the Molotov into top mid. Yami, a lot of missed shots. Somebody not offering up his body into the spray. It's Annihilation inside of pit. 1 kill is found, and Child King is taken out by his teammates, so Annihilation's job is made a little easier, but Plant coming in for Rare Atom. Both these players are just so damn low, and Annihilation is still proving to be a massive problem. Kaze is calling it quits, wanting to save this AWP instead. The round is done. He cannot fight from the apartments in that way. The plant isn't for him even. But Mick seems to have his exit covered, and so no AWP saved, no round won. ATOX pull through once again, where they lose ground on this A bomb site. Annihilation comes in with a double.
That is also just an amazing read coming out, to be honest. The fact that they're prioritizing that full, you know, not just 3 men on the B bomb site, but the third person actually sticks around for a while, even though they're not going aggressive early in. They really expected that faster B play to come through. All that extra damage, and if Yami had been maybe a hairline quicker on throwing that grenade, that could have been a much easier round for them as well. ATOX despite having started off very poorly, are continuing to look like the better team right now.
Yeah, they're not the side with the more recent roster moves either. Though they did bring a familiar face back, so you know, the lead time we often give teams with roster moves, it would have been shortened quite substantially here on ATOX.
Four players on this A site. Once again, feels like ATOX has Rare Adam's number, and they are dialing it in.
I am wildly surprised they keep going A when Yami and Annihilation have been big problems.
ATOX isn't surprised at all. With Mick getting this much information, ATOX are more than expecting this. It's going to be a difficult play. It comes in with 2 flashes only. And you have to get the kill on the Yami and force Annihilation away with just those flashes. And it might not be happening, but a missed shot. Yami goes away. First flash miss. Annihilation will recover, but it's quickly traded by somebody. Cabal on the bomb site was unexpected. They weren't ready for a third player, and a fourth is on its way as well. Dove was inside the site with a double.
Yeah, damn. You actually just cannot get away with taking this A bomb every single time Annihilation comes in with a double kill. Regardless of how successful Yami is in his own ventures, you know, sometimes he's getting away with double kills, sometimes he's getting opening frags. He is drawing all the attention, and Annihilation is there, and because they had that extra man rotated or gravitated through spawn to sort of support those A-side members, Dobu just barreling through that smoke at great timing. Like you said, ATOX had a pretty solid read, and they are very comfortable leaving Mick alone on his defense over on that A bomb site. While Utility has been their friend in previous ventures over towards B, there's a little fumble here from ATOX. Missed Molly, and so they retreat away from Banana. But that apartment smoke is far from ideal. So they're going to try and take some space back towards the brackets. One step being made over towards the mouth of B. Mick does get his first, and the Molotov is down, so it'll slow the approach here from Rare Adam while ATOX are quick on the rotation and approaching on all sides.
It's all down to Dobu over here. Will not find the kill, and now finally Rare Adam have an advantage, and they might as well just have taken the round with it. Annihilation, the only one left, and there's no way, absolutely no way he can get this one done.
Why didn't they go B more?
Annihilation flashed off, found out, chased down, good for one, but it's all just a matter of time, and time has run out. 6-6, Rare Adam eke it to even, but can they take it further ahead after this break? Let's find out. Back into it, it might be even, but man, was it a labored even for Rare Adam. They had to come through on a hop by a victory. ATOX themselves started their own run with the same, but it is still 6-6. We've come out after a break. We have a chance to see whether anyone can really start speeding forward.
Yeah, no clear-cut favorite coming into the second half. Not seeing those same outrageous score lines from star players. It was really Annihilation and Yami that took a lot of the attention on that CT side, but the A-bomb side was also under siege a lot. I posed that question, why didn't ATOX go, or why didn't Rare Adam go B more? We'll have to see whether that continues. This B-bomb site seemed to be heavily avoided by Rare Atom. I wonder if ATOX will have the same reservation. The pistol will be B-side centered, but Lihang is battling away with these dualies, and everybody losing life around those smokes between Summer, somebody, or Lihang, all contributing to defend this B-bomb site. No success journeying past that single piece of utility dropped by Rare Atom.
Well, that's a lot of damage being done.
And that's a rough way to lose a pistol.
I do wonder whether ATOX will be forced buying into the next one over here or not. No, okay, they're not. Okay, I'm surprised. They did force buy in Anubis, I believe, after they lost the pistol round as well. So, kind of surprised. Just a deagle out from Yami. I am a deagle hater when it comes to ecoing.
When it comes to second round buys, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what, 1 in every 10 rounds, you actually have a very good amount of return out of that deagle investment.
Well feels backstabbed.
And Yami feels poor about his deagle investment.
It's okay, guys. You can pick it up, right? You can do something with it.
Yeah, he'll pick it up. He'll just have it, right? You have to pay for it. Was it meals taste best when they're free?
Those are a lot of free meals right there. I won't lie to you. Somebody's getting paid to eat.
Maybe there was a reason that meal was free. It was expired.
Now, the one problem for Adam is obviously they have 3 MP9s. So,
yes.
ATOX does have a better buy than them, yada yada yada. Will that be relevant?
Yeah, it's hard to say when the MP9 can be almost as effective as rifles can be. In fact, with the extra abilities, better in certain use cases.
Okay.
But it is the rifles that shine at the start. Nice spam from Lihang. Dobu was reciprocating, but not actually landing any of his spams back.
Liang's also going to be able to leave somebody behind in the B-bomb site. Somebody still has himself a smoke if they want to try and have it for later on, but ATOX have actually not decided to foray the bomb over anywhere just quite yet.
At the start of T-sides, you really want to spread out and search for clues, get inklings and ideas as to how your opponent is going to be playing out these spots. Of course, when they have these SMGs, it's going to be a lot closer than they typically are. Yeah, the nade is very juicy.
Even the damage onto Yami out through the smoke and banana is massive. These MP9s are suddenly way better than rifles are in any way. With the high fire rate, with the mobility up against weakened players, this is going to rip ATOX apart if you don't get the best entry kills you've had in your entire life. Flashbang goes up high from Summer. He uses it to reposition away from the execute, but Child King's got one. Kaze doubles it up on the other side of things, and it's all over. Only Annihilation left in a 1-on-2. Time sticking in and out, and sure, he gets another frag, gives himself a chance, but he doesn't have the bomb. The round is out and in for Rare Adam.
Damn, even his spam into that Moto smoke, it connected with Lihang for a few bullets. And had Lihang not been sort of trying to jump around that corner to save himself, could have just been another victim. Annihilation had a pretty solid read on that situation, even though he was detached from the bomb and he had not enough time to recover it and get the plant. Still could have been won out by that AWPer on the side of ATOX. Like you said, all that extra damage, it really does just come into effect when it comes to actually taking the site itself. Don't have the health to trade. Nice opener here from Kaze versus the half buy of ATOX. There's an immediate peek down middle, even, you know, evacuating from his adventure. Doesn't hang around and re-peek into Boiler. There was another player there on the side of ATOX. One rifle, and that is a hell of a clear. Even smoking himself off so he doesn't go down to the flames, but the rifle could be ferried over. Yeah, swapped over into Dobu's possession, but he's now spammed down low. It's Cabal who spams, and Kaze gets caught switching to his dualies. Had communications that a couple players would have been low, but gets caught at the exact wrong moment.
This is such a poorly played round coming out from Adam over here. Just after they're able to get that kill in the middle and really predominantly clearing it out, you've still got utility on your A players as well. There's no reason for the B players to be taking risks like that. I mean, not to mention, Kaze being caught out like that in the position. If he had dualies, sure, it makes it a little bit easier, but right out in the middle of CT as well, it's really going to come back to haunt them. This could be the round that ATOX uses to completely turn everything around. I'm sure they've saved basically no one going forward, but they didn't need to.
Yeah. They came in with a lackluster buy. This was only a half commitment with just pistols and armor. The one AK that was brought through from Mick. And that's it.
No, Mick actually got to be the one picking up the free meal again.
Oh,
Annihilation brought it forward, yeah.
Oh, well, you know, it's
Mick's
fine.
Like,
he has an
well,
ult now.
You know what? Last time I got food poisoning, maybe I don't this time, and he was right.
Well, at least Annihilation has an AWP, so, you know, it's paid forward.
Oh, no. It's all falling apart for Rare Adam.
And this breaks the bank as well. Down 2 members at the start. I'm sure Kaze still has his AWP posted on B, and does have some company in Child King. Will be a B-sided finish. At least that seems what it's lined up to be here on the side of Rare Adam. In fact, Child King wants to close that gap. There's no flash to facilitate this. It's just all on Kaze taking that first contact, and then Child King will try and aggress further.
As long as the ATOX scales up this properly, Child King shouldn't really be able to get anything done over here unless Kaze gets the first kill. Oh, Kaze smoked himself off, but he's left Child King to the wolves. Child King's It's gonna go down. He gets himself the one, but what more could you ask for? Kaze sold his teammate down the river and beyond.
But he has picked off that player permeating past that CT smoke. Well, tried to wrap it. They see the back of the planter, and the tag is hit onto that player at Banana, but both Kaze and Summer will fall, even with Yami being tagged to low HP. Annihilation sweeps up the pieces. I don't know why Kaze smoked it like that when they have a setup.
Especially because it's such a shallow smoke. It's not like it goes deep enough to cover off Child King either.
Yeah, that was an interesting decision. You're 3 on 5. You actually kind of want fights, funnily enough. Yeah, definitely have to go deeper if they were going to try and make use of it in any capacity. Well, Rare Adam's money is a bit topsy-turvy. They don't bring in a whole lot into this round. Some pistols, a couple of armor, and an M4. And yeah, they have a couple smokes too. They will stall the approach into this B bomb site. Right now, ATOX doesn't seem fixated on anywhere else. This Molotov in from ATOX on this execute, and this smoke is still fresh enough that it obscures their vision for just an extra moment. Flash lined up, making Yami do sail through for a couple of kills, and somebody unable to get anything done as well in his adventures through the smoke. So these two players with armor will try and save.
And here's the thing, Michael. When you consider a series in Counter-Strike, systems don't break, stars do. We don't have that star performance from Kaze. In fact, he's been a bit of a liability in a few of these rounds of the B-bomb side. We don't have that star performance from Child King. Somebody and Lihang really weren't giving us that the entire series, so what do you have to fall back on this CT side? T side of things, you know what? You still got a couple of half buys going your way. You had, you know, a couple of good rounds. You had the pistol round win as well. But these are messy comms on the CT side. Guns being put away and pulled out. Teammates being forgotten behind. There's problems.
Yeah, I think as well, when we're sort of contrasting how the opening section of the CT side for Rare Adam looks compared to ATOX. You know, we saw, you know, Yami regress into the apartments. We saw these deep contests towards Banana. You know, they were taking bolder fights or more aggressive fights than we've really seen Rare Adam do so far. And you know, you consider the pieces that you have on the side of Rare Adam, it's almost non-conducive to the playstyles that a lot of these players favor. So it's, at the moment, this conservative approach has not been working, and that's where we're seeing these weaknesses in the comms and the calls. But flash play in, they're playing anti, and ATOX will quickly capitalize on just this B bomb site just deteriorating right in front of their own eyes.
ATOX have smelt weakness, and they are going there again and again and again.
Yeah, well, I posed that question. Why didn't Rare Adam go B more? And wondered whether ATOX would also just need to gravitate towards A, but no, they've identified that weakness and they are exploiting it. You want to set up for cute flash plays? That's, well, cute.
Considering that they smell blood in the water, they are very happy to swim to the other shore as well. It's the A site where now comes a hunt, and look, Annihilation's getting all the lineups out for this one. Molotov out to pit as well. You've got yourself Summer being closed in. The Bond spotted out as well. You've got one down. Second will be able to keep himself alive, but only just barely.
I mean, it was pretty expensive for ATOX on that hunt, but as we approach the finishing marker on this map, you do wonder whether or not that will even matter. Wolf dropped over for Annihilation, so funds are kept relatively even. And And it's Kaze with a Nova.
Huh.
I've not seen too many shotgun shenanigans from Kaze. I hope to be impressed.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hope to have, for sure.
I think Rare Atom are also hoping to be impressed.
I think Rare Atom are just hoping not to be depressed more than anything else.
Pretty good opening map on Anubis, but since then, ATOX have been the more well-rounded team. Little boost up for Summer. Somebody trying to... I actually think he was trying to feign some extra presence, just draw some extra attention, hope that Summer doesn't go cleared.
Or though, will be able to find himself one and a second from somebody right there through the smoke.
Summer even swinging out extra wide after revealing that presence on the boost. They would have known that there was two players at the back of that bomb site. Even on this weakened buy here from Rare Atom, the crossfire built from CT to that boosting position, ATOX get caught completely off guard. And I'd like to say I would credit somebody to really selling that there was extra presence in through spawn. Maybe even a failed boost into the plant pot. But hard to know. ATOX were indeed distracted, or at least didn't clear for Summer's position, and it kind of worked exactly like they hoped it would.
A nice adjustment from Rare Atom coming through for sure to actually shore up some of those B-side weaknesses, but will ATOX just continue and say, you know what, screw it, we ride at dawn?
What, and just keep going B?
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
not
much.
fair. Just making sure I understood what you were saying.
Nah, that's true. Dawn doesn't, you know, we ride at dawn doesn't imply a destination. I think about it. It just sounds kind of cool. Made right into somebody's pocket. Would have been taken out. He's been popping him open. Lihang, though, has been quite good with some of those spam through smoke kills that they've been able to find. And Rare Atom are starting to re-navigate right back over towards that A-bomb site. Now, it does come through with a little bit of delay. They're trying to figure out who's the one with the right utility, who's the one with the right HP, just making it work for themselves. But ATOX have yet to really reveal their hand on either side as well.
They started to float away from this B-bomb site. Kaze is in position, but Annihilation decapitates him immediately. Flashes and smokes were down. Kaze gave up his angle for just a moment, and it's Annihilation that capitalizes. Yami does get spotted with that bomb and taken down just as swiftly, so rotates are fleet-footed here for Rare Atom, but Summer has to buy time, or at least find some extra players, and with him falling, and somebody being so low HP, all the reasons for Rare Atom to back away and save on this one. It's ATOX that, you know, finally get deterred from that B-bomb site, but they find weakness at A too.
One of the reasons why I love watching Annihilation play on Inferno especially is that it feels like he's one of the rare T-side operas who actually does say, you know what, that short duel, be it through boiler, be it through middle, I need a flashbang and then I will take it. Right? It's a full confidence play in a mid-round, late-round situation that, you know what, I'm going to go a little bit further ahead, I will just win the duel. That's what breaks open the site. If Kaze is still alive in that situation, if Kaze gets even one in that situation, it becomes a much more doable defense for that A-sided player.
And it's what can sometimes be missing from other AWPers. I think, notably in the Asia region, or I'd extend it to the Americas as well. AWPers always using the pack as that first contact. But, yeah, I don't know, when you're Annihilation, you just say, I am the one who knocks.
Kaze still will be able to have that AWP given over to him by 12 King. This is Last Chance Saloon. Rare Adam. 10 to 11, yes, they will have one more round to play if they lose over here, but it will not be one with guns.
Kaze with a very strong angle inside of the apartments. Nice clear. One that is definitely not favorable for riflers. But even, and only if they actually proceed into this A bomb site and try and make use of this apartments. Right now they're simply probing.
It's also a very difficult shot to hit on Kaze's end.
It's not as difficult as you would think it is, because they're often
Round
walking into this angle. And if you miss, the drop down is easy enough. You have a very safe fallback protocol.
Take it home, boys. Michael's reading Kaze's mind, and he likes what he sees there.
Yeah, I think he's just happy that nobody actually came through this way.
Oh
Otherwise,
my
it's gonna
God,
be very
that's-
dangerous. How does Yami get that frag?
That's just...
Full flash, a 180 spin, and it instantly connects on Child King.
That is just pure misfortune and nothing else. Somebody will toss a Molotov forward, but all it does is put Dobu into his sight. Lihang and somebody, though, with a perfect flash to help out, will actually be able to get... Was that a team flash?
I think it may have been.
Bomb. Not planted by Annihilation. Missed the duel initially. Will not win it. Rare Adam were stumbling for a lot of this game, but now they might be back in control.
Yeah, the timing on that flash, regardless of who threw it, was exceptional, really, for the B defense. Dobu comes out fully blind, his support right behind him, flashed up all the same, and just trying their best to line up some kind of a trade kill, but good coverage and good fighting together there on Rare Adam on the edge of that smoke. ATOX may be further deterred from venturing towards this B bomb site, which will put more importance on Kaze to kind of reveal some of the form that we've seen so far this series. Like you sort of noted, the stars are not shining the same way as they have so consistently across map 1 and 2. When he gets to the witching hour of this final map, will those stars rear their head once more? Kaze had a good opener. It took a very favorable duel and a favorable line, but had they gone B, would have been rendered useless. A very late rotation and an AWP on a retake. It would have sucked.
The pressure is on for ATOX now. They've made some of these Tech 9 rounds work out for themselves, but to have to do it at this point in the game, it's going to be a full execute on the A side, but Rare Adam is ready to intercept. It is a mirror of what we saw happening on the other side of things. Kaze to take the first shot, but he misses it immediately. Summer watching out for the ab spot, but they are fully blind. Trades are good. Lihang is the one to fall in favor. Kaze keeps himself alive and a nuisance in pit, and it's just fallen apart. ATOX pushed down and forced away from map and match point.
I think Lihang, very, very much so, is probably the MVP for this map, if Rare Adam win it. I mean, his CT side performance has been impeccable, whether it's been the fights down towards the bottom side banana, the spams, or these multi-kills that he's pulling up in defense of the bomb sites. We just saw him get a triple kill on the B play. Now as well, inserted himself into A, and was that extra man that ATOX was just simply ill-prepared for.
Game isn't done yet though, Michael. We've seen a lot of half-by wins, force-by wins across this entire series. The fate of some of these maps have been decided by it. And it might be the case once again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so sure that this will be the moment for ATOX. full wind in the sails of Rare Adam at the moment.
Child King shows off his position of having faded back over to the A-bomb site. Rare Adam still have a good read on things as well, with the Molotov out to force somebody back. Somebody is still going to be able to keep an eye out from behind it. No further utility coming in, but he has still asked for a rotation over. He will be accompanied by Summer. So Rare Adam come through and they're backing their punchiest fighters in order to say site. 30 seconds now on the clock. Here come the util, here come the flashes. Kaze misses a shot, but Lihang and Child King keep their responses going. Summer's rotation can't find anything. It's only Lihang in the back of that bomb site, the MVP candidate trying to reassert, but Cabal's never been better than when he's in a clutch situation. Time's ticking down and the bomb is planted. He knows there's a player coming from either side, but he's faced the wrong way, and Rare Adam will be facing up against Tyloo in that upper bracket final.
Yeah, I mean, marvelous stuff throughout this series from different players throughout, whether it's Kaze in the opening 2 maps, Child King as well, consistent with him, or Lihang that rears his head at the final moments on this map. His CT side performance won them this game. He straight up won them this game, and it was honestly